Yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Second down, round one.
But certainly this fight in general, Niall Brown's a bit of a talent.
Yeah, he is. 15-0. 5 of those by stoppage, and I spoke to him at yesterday's weigh-in. He's got the bit between his teeth, really wants to put in a good performance and desperate to fight for titles, ideally next time out. Victor Ionascu, 30-year-old.
What I like already,
sorry, Shannon.
Sorry, what I like already is Niall's already taken his head off the line, so nothing can come back.
Yeah, good head movement, slipping on the outside, coming back inside, looking nice and composed, Barry.
Do you know what he does very well, and you don't see it very often anymore? He uses his forearms to block shots. He doesn't just put his hands up. You'll see that the arms actually move in to block the shots. So see it there then. So he's being aggressive. He's moving his head, as Shannon said, but also he's using the gloves and the forearms to sort of parry the shots away, to slide forward and put pressure on his opponent. He's always looking to be aggressive.
Just poking out that jab, Ionascu. Chin's coming a little higher. We've already seen Niall Brown throw that right hand as he does there. Very accurate with the shot. This is good work.
Good jab to the body there as well. That was good. That last little movement there, just to take the emphasis away from the head.
Oh, a lovely double left hook. There's that right hand just missing with the shot on that occasion. But looking nice and relaxed, Shannon.
Yeah, for sure. I did see that he stopped a guy called Patrick Fiola with a right hand, and he's already established that right hand. So he calls himself the power as well. So we'll see if he gets that stoppage with that right hand.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out on that one. Speaking to Pat Barrett, the trainer, I asked him how far do you think Niall Brown can go, and he says honestly all the way. Work effort, he's learning all the time. He comes from a Muay Thai background. Really says he's served his apprenticeship and getting about his work really, really well here.
And one is his work ethic, but in the ring, he's busy. You see, he's busy. He's not rushing any of his work. He's always looking to be busy all the time. He's always giving you something to think about, always a problem. And with that, stealing your space and pushing you back.
Yeah, really good variation again. Just finding the home for 2 left uppercuts. Oh, a nice left hook there. He needs to keep that right hand tucked up. Ionascu.
As you said that, Daniel, Ionascu lifts that chin up, but also sort of drops his hands and also widens the gap between each glove, which gives you an opportunity to pick your target quite comfortable.
Yeah, Ionascu. Oh, there's a left hook there. Bundles Ionascu to the canvas. He takes a knee. There's that power from Niall Brown. It looks a little unsteady, Ionascu. And saved by the bell, Barry.
You know what? I don't think there was power in that shot. That was just really good timing and technique. He's walking onto the shot, just leaning back with that left hook and just caught it clean.
Second down. Round 2.
To see that beautiful left hook that landed at the end of that first round, as you said, Barry, loads of power, just accurate with the shot. Credit to Ionascu here, poking out the jab, but again, that chin dangerously high.
And that's where Niall Brown, if he just jabs up and jabs down and he bends his legs, he can literally, he got a free shot with that right hand, which means he can afford to lift the elbow up and bring it right over the top, bowl it over.
I think it's important as well that the fact Niall's not come out rushing to get that stoppage as well. He had him hurt in that previous round.
Good point, guys. Nice composed, isn't it?
Yeah, going about his work really well here. Just stalking his man, good footwork, good head movement, tucking up nicely. Ionascu does have 6 losses on his record, but does come from good company. 63 wins, 2 losses and 2 draws is the combined record. He's coming off 2 stoppage wins as well, both in April, but this is good work from Brown, doubling up the left hook. Very good variation shown from the man from Stockport.
Again, the concentration all the time. Again, let's see the way he moves that head, but also the arms and the shoulders working with it as well. The block shots coming forward.
I'll tell you what he doesn't have. He doesn't have that typical sort of Mutal kickboxing sort of style. He looks like a conventional boxer. You know, sometimes, I don't know if you know what I mean, these kickboxers that turn professional, they're quite upright and they flare their elbows out a little. He looks more your conventional boxer to me, Brown.
Yeah, no, it's very good. I come from a kickboxing background, so I totally understand what you're saying there, where they've got the chins in the air or they're jumping up and down. But I love the fact that Niall's very composed in his work.
Switching to southpaw, just getting his left foot across to try and find that left hook again, Barry.
You've got to just start bringing it through the middle now, though. I mean, his shot's actually pretty good. He's picking the right shot for the right time, but there is a gap through the middle. When he throws that right hand over the top, rather than left hook, dip the shoulder and bring the left hook through, the left uppercut through the middle.
Nice uppercut from Ionascu there. Just through the guard of Niall Brown. Niall Brown said he's been sparring with unbeaten Carl Davies for this one, 10-0 fighter. Good preparation and really enjoying his work at the minute. Right to the body, followed by a left hook upstairs.
Just good from the shoulder there from Brown.
A nice spin off as well from Niall Brown there. Just pinning Ionascu back on the ropes. Moldovan just creeping forward. Now based in Germany, Ionascu. Another good round from Niall Brown here at the A Arena in Manchester. There he is, Pat Barrett, the intimidating figure that is Barrett. Very good fighter he was, and a very good coach.
Scared of anybody,
Barry Jones. Into the 3rd round we go. Anything you'd like?
Look, you've scared of mice, isn't it? Barry Jones and mice.
Anything you'd want to see from Brown? As good as he's been, Shannon?
I just think so far the shot selection, the variation has been superb. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing at the moment.
Yeah, boxing nicely.
I think he can be a little bit more adventurous now. I think he's got it where he wants to, and keeping the shape's very important, and he can really control. But I do think he can wing away a bomb now and again.
Yeah, showing his levels here. I think you mentioned it as well, with that right hand over the top, he can really turn into that shot. The jab of Ionascu is lazy. The chin, as we've mentioned numerous times, is high. He says a dream of his would be to fight Stockport County Football Club. He's got high expectations of himself, wants to achieve big things in this sport, and that's good work to the body.
Yeah, lovely body work.
Composure Very, very good from Brown.
See what's really good? The constant pressure with the feet. Even when he's not throwing it, he's always a menacing figure in front of you, and that tires you out. Even without the work ethic, just the walking forward, putting the shadow, making you panic.
Has been stopped a couple of times, Ionascu, but as I said again, against good fighters. So he's going to have to work for the stoppage, Brown, but starting to up the tempo a little bit here. Oh, that's a good right hand, just leaning back on the shot, Ionascu.
Left eyebrow there, just a little swelling underneath it. So whether that was the inside of his glove when he's blocked a shot or something.
From the same gym as Robin Reed did Niall Brown. I'm just looking around me here as well in this arena, the Air Arena. It started to take their seats here, which promises to be a cracking main event. It does. Jack Catterall, Harlem-Eubank.
That Moston gym with Brian Hughes, absolutely brilliant team. Just superb. So you always knew you were going to get a well-schooled fighter.
Nice jab to the body. Good work. He's boxing nicely. Brownie really is. Opting to stand in between rounds, Niall Brown. Have a look at these highlights. Shannon, impressed?
I'm very impressed. I've seen him box once before, but I've loved what I'm seeing, and I think he's going to go really far in the sport.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we're always looking for things, aren't we? So this be a bit critical. I mean, I think he's let him off the hook a little bit. No, I mean, I like the way he keeps control and hasn't taken any silly risks. But I do think it's been a fight here that he probably could afford, to be a little more adventurous, like I mentioned earlier. So he's not. I don't think Brown's a big puncher. He's a correct puncher, and he pressures you with volume.
10 seconds.
But I think if he let a few bombs go with that foot pressure as well that he's showing, I think Ionascu will cave in.
Round 4.
But into the second half of this fight, will we see, as Barry called them, some big bombs detonated from Niall Brown, perhaps a change in pace. So far, as Shannon has pointed out, boxing really, really well.
I think Niall could add a few more feints, just kind of surprise Victor with what he's going to do next.
Trying to walk him onto the shot there, isn't he? That little jab and then take a little step back.
Yeah, that was good work from Brown, just missing with a heavy right hand there, but the right idea. Credit to Ionascu coming forward, looking to force the pace himself. But again, that chin's high, Barry.
That's what I was going to say, because he has his chin so high, you've got to be pushing him back. But the guy who puts his chin high, especially when he throws a shot, and the way he throws his shot's a little bit laboured, so if you push him back, you know when he throws, that chin's going to come up, he's going to be off balance because he's leaning back, then you dip and swing.
Yeah, leaning back on the shots, as you're saying. See Brown perhaps bring his feet in, take a double step. Look for that right hand, but showing us defensive skills on the back foot, just blocking that left hook. Ionascu.
Good uppercut there from Brown.
Yeah, he took a step back there, didn't he, Ionascu?
I think he's enjoying it, though, Brown, isn't he? He's had a few hard fights already in his career. This is not one of them. And you can see he's enjoying it.
Yeah, as I said, Pat Barrett was saying to me yesterday, he feels he's served his apprenticeship. He's been on those small halls, as I mentioned, and he's had some tough fights and feels he's ready now to be let off the leash. Challenge for some sort of titles. He's hungry and determined. Nice work, Shannon, behind that lead hand, doubling up the jab, head and body.
Yeah, it's really good body work as well.
Oh. Right idea, though. It's the right idea.
Just managed to take the sting out of that shot, didn't he, Ionascu? Just sort of leant back on it.
Come back with a long left hook then.
He seems to unravel, doesn't he, Ionascu? As soon as he starts letting the punches go in bunches, you see there the head rocking back. Ionascu is tucking up well there though, but again the chin comes high. A nice little step to the right hand side, throwing the left hook. That was good though from Ionascu, intelligent, spinning Brown back onto the ropes.
Yeah, good uppercut as well.
Oh, and down goes Ionascu again. Good work. Backed onto the ropes was Brown, and he's not going to make this count, Ionascu. Oh, but he's up on 9. And he bravely gets to his feet. And again, right at the end of the round, but he sniffs victory here, Brown, and he's getting to work. Really letting the shots go. Will he survive this round? The bell goes, he does, but that's another terrific round from Niall Brown. Heavy onslaught of shots, Barry.
Lovely. The finish there at the end of the round, he just couldn't get a clean shot on target. Referee Steve Berry looking to step in, but no clean shot managed. That's good refereeing. But the shot, the left hook that hurt him, then the uppercut that helped him on his way. That was good work there from Brown.
Impressive stuff, Shannon.
Yeah, really good. I think this next round he'll try and go to the body again and get him out of there.
I think he should go for it now. I mean, he's got him hurt. It's right at the end.
Oh, it's been waved off, Barry, as you say that. The corner of Victor Ionascu have seen enough, and you have to say the way that he's got the job done there in that round, very, very impressive from Niall Brown. He moves to 16-0, gets his 6th stoppage, and will he get his request of fighting for a title next?
I think he's a sellable product. I think he's a good-looking kid. I think he talks quite well if you have a little chat with him. He sells tickets. It's really early. There's already a lot of people in here already tonight. And he's good to watch, but there's a little bit of vulnerability about him as well. He's technically quite good, but you know, if you were to fight at British level, at like title level, you're thinking, oh, I can get to him. I could do stuff with him. But I think he's a hard man to beat. So I think he's a sellable product and a really good addition to that British super middleweight team.
Yeah. You can see Mr. Sowland sat ringside next to Eddie Hernan. He aligns with the desires of Niall Brown to fight for a title next. I think they're ready also to let him off the leash. And wins like that, they do you a favour. But yeah, very impressive performance. Pat Barrett and the rest of the team will be thrilled with their man, no doubt.
And Darren, he had his last fight, he had a really good win against a fellow called Matt McCallum, who's not Mike McCallum, Matt McCallum, but who's a really, really tough, hard fighter, and he did a really good job. And tonight, he had everything his own way. Did that left hook, the uppercut there, that's a bit of a one there. He panicked there, Ionascu looking for the floor. But this shot here, the left hook did the damage originally, but that shot there, already under pressure. Yeah, he didn't want any more. And he would have went out there in the next round, Shannon, and got the stoppage, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, very, very impressive, Niall Brown. Very good performance, composed. Very composed performance.
What was good there as well, as you were calling for, Barry, you know, like a heavy shot or a change of pace, just when it started to slow down a little bit, he responded. He did what he had to do. He was coasting, and he could have coasted the remainder of the fight. He didn't. He wanted to get the job done. He's
a tall guy who could probably box more, but he's a pressure fighter. That's what he is. He doesn't have loads of power, I don't think, but he's a pressure fighter who's very economically good, so he doesn't rush his work, and that's a hard man to beat. I tell you what, he's got a future.
Yeah. Well, let's throw it back to our MC, Mr. David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Gray accepts the red corner's retirement at the end of round number 4, declaring your winner by TKO, a still undefeated Niall, the Power Brown.
Yeah, moves to 16-0, Niall Brown in very impressive fashion. They're getting the job done, stopping Victor Ionascu. And will he get his dream of fighting for a title next time out? Smiles all round, MC David Diamante, and yeah, bright future in front of this man.